What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. This is the Minding My Business mic drop, and I am your host, or hostess, I should say, Nishika Melton. And for those of you who do not know, I am a simplified productivity coach. And what that means is I help you get to your desired future faster by helping you to identify and discard the unproductive hats that do not benefit or pay you, which is one of the reasons that I created the Minding My Business Mic Drop podcast. And we are here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, if you are a business, small, large, medium, whatever, and you are looking to give your brand, your product, your service more visibility, you need to reach out to me because you can have your commercial playing several times during this podcast. Just reach out to me at Nishika at mindingmybusiness.vip. Nishika at mindingmybusiness.vip to have your brand, your service, more visibility. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited because this man that I have just come to adore, he is truly an angel in my life. He's so funny and he's so off the kilter. Like, you don't know what he's gonna do. I don't even think he knows what he's gonna do. He's just like that, and he cracks me up and he makes me laugh. But he's serious about his work. He's serious about the community, and a lot of people don't know all the stuff that he does in the community for the arts and for kids. He has a real passion for children and the arts. So y'all brace for impact. See, I'm laughing because I know what it is. Y'all about to find out. Y'all about to find out. So y'all brace for impact as I bring to the stage none other than Mr. DRL Toons, aka Jack Frost, because you know it is what it is. Y'all, I got to. Y'all pray for me. What's going on, Toons? Lord have mercy. How you feeling?
I feel great. I'm awesome now that we got this party started. It's exciting to see what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much. And I tell you, I'm halfway giddy, halfway nervous because I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna say, and I know that's how you like it. You like to keep the people on edge.
Well, that's their problem, I guess. I just kind of do what I want.
Oh, Father. So let me ask you this,
hmm
because a lot of the people who are viewing my podcast, they may not be familiar with you. So, how long have you been in business as a graphic designer, and what brought you to that place?
Oh, okay. Well, this is my 22nd year as a graphic designer professionally, I guess.
Mhm.
I never went to school for it, but after a certain amount of time, people start calling you a professional at it, I guess. So, and I couldn't get a job when I got out of the Marine Corps, so I decided just to use my talent.
Marine Corps. How long were you in the Marine Corps?
I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years, right at 5 years, and then I realized that I wanted to draw pictures full time,
Mhm.
and I was drawing pictures for them anyway. So I wind up spending most of my day drawing pictures on stuff for them. And then my commanding officer told me one day that he thought I should go into the civilian world and try it because I was pretty good at it. And he let me out to do it. And he said, you know, if I don't do it, if I don't succeed within a certain amount of time, I can come back to the Marine Corps. And I never went back.
No, I would say that you have reached a level of success in the arts that a lot of artists would like to have, because you are doing things on your own terms, your own way. And a lot of artists they don't have that freedom. They don't have that flexibility. They don't have that life.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say were some of the biggest takeaways that you got of being in out of being in the Marine Corps that you're applying to your life now?
Oh wow. I think is the tenacity is the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Able to kind of get to the top of the mountain and look over. And then when you realize what's over there, which is more mountains and there's more things to do, you realize that you just got to conquer each one at a time. And I don't mind running over people to do it in a respectable way. But that's what I had to do. I had to show them that I had to show them better than I can tell them.
Mhm.
So that's what kind of got me here, because I ran over a lot of people.
What do you mean by in the most politically correct way you can say it? What do you mean by you ran over a lot of people?
Well, you know, like a lot of the times when you're trying to bid for jobs, which I don't do anymore, but
Okay.
you'll have people within the company that'll try to do it, and then they'll present it, and then they'll go and do something with it. Then they realize that they could have had it better, and then they'll come to me, and then I'll have to charge them for making it better, because you know, when I wanted to give it to them, they didn't want it, and finally they realized like, oh, he's sitting in the other room. Then we have to kind of restructure some things. So I don't burn bridges. I put up toll booths. So the next time you come by me, you got to pay me.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I don't have my sounds up. Hold on 1 second. You said I don't burn bridges. I set up toll booths. I knew you was gonna drop something. Lord have mercy. I feel like that deserves a siren.
Okay. All right.
You and I'm not mad at that, because it also establishes boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of people do not have, and they allow themselves to be taken,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's for granted or for whatever. So you can't help but to respect a boundary. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you talked about climbing that mountain, and those of y'all, yes, in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, he said I don't burn bridges. I set up toll booths. Yes, he did. I think I need to put that comment. Just let it go on and run across the screen now. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is what he said. Now, you talked about you go up the mountain, you get
Mm-hmm.
to the top,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that there are more mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever any point when you saw those other mountains that you said, you know what, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore?
No, no, not at all, because the mission isn't over yet.
Okay.
So until God stops giving me the ability to draw these pictures, we're gonna keep breaking these mountains down. That's just, and really it's all in your head anyway. There's no mountains, there's no ceilings, there's no heights. It's really you're the architect of what you want. So if you want it, you can get it. So, and it goes both ways, because I used to draw pictures of death. You know, everybody goes through that where you're trying to figure that out. Well, when you do that, death will find you. So you tend not to do that. So now I draw pictures of how I want to be, on a beach, surrounded by, you know, money. Anything I want to manifest, I can draw it and put it out there. But that's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it could hurt you too. So that's what I tell artists too. Be careful what you draw.
Wow, because it's just like speaking it with your words. You're putting it out there into the atmosphere. When did you
Mhm.
learn that you were your own architect? Like you could determine how far you go. When did you learn that?
I was at Guilford County Schools, and it's crazy because like I say, I never went to college. I don't have a degree, but Guilford County Schools gave me a job one time, and I was in there with the guy. His name is Alan, and he was my boss, but I didn't know he was my boss. So when I found out he was my boss, I quit the job because I don't want a boss. But what he told me was, your words travel into your future and wait for you to get there.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't. He out of the blue. I was like, man, that's deep. And
yes.
because I used to just say random things, and he broke it down to me, and it changed my life in that moment. But then he told me where he got it from, and he got it from this movie called The Secret.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that if I was to go buy this movie and watch it all, this is before Netflix. So now you can watch it on Netflix, but I watched this movie every day for like a month, and it just kind of changed the way that I view things. And then the biggest takeaway I got from that movie was expect the check. So I do all of this work, and I'm always expecting a check out of it to get paid in some way. So
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, one check turns into two checks, that turns into credit, that turns into a whole nother thing. So that's kind of how I build on it.
Wow. Wow. For those of y'all that are watching, and I know y'all are writing down the nuggets that he's dropping. If you also have questions for Toons, put them in the chat. If you've been following the podcast, you know that I do ask everyone. Look, you know that I ask everyone the questions that y'all put in the chat. And even though this man may not break a smile the entire time that we are on this interview,
Wait up.
please understand
I
that
am
he is
smiling.
yeah, that's what you that's what you told me when you did a flyer for me. Was it the conference last year, I think? And I was like, why don't you ever smile? And you said, I am smile. Like, this man.
I
This
got my
man.
grandmother's dimple.
Okay. So you feel like you smiling as long as you show the dimple
I'm smiling all the time.
on the inside.
Well, no, the Marine Corps takes your smile away, so you can't. I guess you don't see it, but it's there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's right there. Some people think it's a sexy thing, but I'm just being me.
And we can honestly depend on you always to
Yeah,
be you, no matter who,
right.
what, when, where, or why.
Yeah, I'm a very good friend to have.
You are.
Yeah,
And
and
that
I don't smile.
I will not argue that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
right. So I mean, I don't have to go. I'm not seeking validation from anything.
Mm-hmm.
I love people. People are good, even though they get on my nerves sometimes. But I'm very giving, so I have to have boundaries because givers will always give and takers will always take.
Very true.
Yeah, so that's
No, that's
all. But I
true.
mean, I like you. You're cool. Yeah,
Thank you.
I would not let anybody punch you in the face.
And I believe that.
You've word up.
100%. I believe that you have my back thoroughly,
It wouldn't.
without a shadow of a doubt.
It would be a dark day for that person.
It would be. It
Yeah.
would be. Now, let me ask you this, because a lot of people don't realize the caliber of clients that you have, because you're not a bragging person. You're actually very humble, and
Mm,
you do your work,
mm-hmm.
and it's out there. And
Yeah.
if people follow you, then they see, the flyers and the videos and the things that you do.
Yeah.
What advice or strategy would you give, not just to artists, but anyone who was looking to have those higher caliber, higher paying, they don't have to be celebrities, but higher paying clients? How did you get to that point?
Mm. I mean, I pretty much just took it. it's not something anybody's going to give you.
Right.
When you're out here and you know that you're good and you keep accepting pennies, that's what you'll get. You'll just keep getting pennies. And I have famous clients, I've done work for famous people,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a tail. I would say what I can't curse, but I'm not a um I'm not a follower of weak men.
Mm.
So, and I'm not going to follow behind you and say how great you are when I know you're not great as a person. So
Right.
a lot of the people that are famous, I don't deal with them more than they don't deal with me,
Mm-hmm.
because you get to a certain level and you see that change in people and it's sad, but I just never forgot where I came from. So I'm not going to get to a level and start leaving people behind and acting like no one helped me to get there. And so yeah, it's really a weird thing when you help people for a living, because that's how I look at it. I'm helping you. Just like you, if you become the next Oprah and I can't get my book on your show, it's kind of that vibe. So it's really separating the evil from the good people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part. And it really breaks your heart when you have an open heart and you can help people and they take everything from you and then don't pour anything back in.
Right.
It does. It steals your joy from it. But God gave it to me. He didn't give it to them. And along this journey, I know that God didn't give my gift for me to give to everybody. So
Mm.
when someone runs off with it, that's on me. God said, "Hey, I didn't tell you to give it to them."
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine.
So, do you have there been situations where someone has come to you, wanted you to do work for them, and you told them no? You said,
Yeah.
"No, we can't work together?"
Yes, last week. Yes.
Wow.
Because what happened was I helped this lady and then she didn't want to pay me right. And then I gave her everything she needed to get the money, but then she didn't go get the money. And then when it came time to do it again, she wanted me to help her again. And I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm all about, if you're a nonprofit, I could tell you what to do to go get the money. If you're a for profit, I could tell you what to do. But if you just sit on your hands and think that you know everything and you just need pictures from me, then you have ran into the wrong one, because I'm not just a picture guy. I'm
Right.
not. I was doing all of this stuff before the internet was popping. So I was popping already before word of mouth was about me, so I don't kiss ass. Oh, I don't do that. I don't
Right.
do
I,
that.
I think we know. I think we know that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
So, and I ask you that question because I know many a person
Hmm.
who has, because of the situation that they're in financially, let's
Hmm.
put it that way.
Hmm.
Um, they have, or they're the people pleaser. They have a hard time saying no. They
Mm.
don't understand that all money isn't good money and that
Hmm.
you don't need to welcome everybody into your space.
Yeah. That's tragic.
Very.
Well,
And that's how they're living,
well, that's,
tragically.
then that's dumb. They shouldn't do that. That's stupid. If you know better, you do better. And it's enough stuff on the internet where you don't have to live like that. The best thing you could do is tell somebody no. It
Mm,
gives you boundaries.
yes,
And then you wind up doing something for $100 and they make 1,000 changes. Now you hustling backwards.
exactly.
And it reminds me of a story. I was out with this nigga. Can I say nigga? I can't. I shouldn't
No,
say nigga. Okay.
no. You done
So
said it 3 times, but no.
sorry. Yeah, I was out with these guys one time, and I gave this guy 10 shirts. I said, go out all day. He was out. 10 shirts. Sell these 10 shirts. Bring me back the money. That's all you got to do. 10 shirts. At 5 o'clock, bring me the money back. You know what this dude did? He brought me
What?
back 12 shirts.
How was that
Right.
possible?
Exactly. hustling backwards. So I don't deal with people that can't have the simple mind to just sell the 10 shirts I gave them. Instead, you bringing me back 12 shirts and looking at me like I gave it to you and I did something wrong. Because that's what people do. It's hustling backwards.
Oh Lord. So let me backtrack a little bit.
Mhm.
When did you, if you can remember the point, when did you get your first high paying client, and was it a job that you bid it on, or was it that they came to you?
Oh yeah, no, they came to me. The highest one, all the high ones come to me. All the
Mm,
ones that don't mind spending the money and they understand what I'm bringing to the table, those are the ones that come to me all the time. But the very first one was an attorney, and he had a bunch of money and he wanted to open up a basketball gym. So he was the first one that he said, I can't pay you like I used to pay you by project, but I could pay you by month. I could do the month thing. So
okay.
we wound up doing a deal where every month I would get a little pot of money from him to keep his branding going throughout. So then it wound up becoming the number one this and the number one that. And, then it just got too big. And then he wound up moving on from it because he's an attorney. He's not a basketball guy. But
Right.
this little gym turned into this thing, and then he moved on from it. And I'm not one to meet new people like that. So when he moved on from it, I moved on from it. I don't want to have to deal with new management because everybody always asks the same question. Why are we paying you so much money? Because you weren't here in the beginning when nobody was here.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
I'm connected to a lot of things. So if you pay me, I'll go out and get you something, a commercial, a billboard, a radio host. You give me enough money, I'll get the people there.
Community.
Mm,
You do a lot with children,
yeah,
with the arts.
I yell at children. Yes.
What gave you the desire to want to be in that space and have the summer activities for the kids?
I think kids should cry more, so that's what I make them do. So when you have these bullies and they come to me and they say, "Well, yeah, I was a bully at my school. I got suspended, whatever." The first thing I ask them is, "Can you read?" And my initiative is reading. Reading is fundamental, like I grew up on. Just say no to drugs, dare, just regular stuff for us. So as I'm asking this kid, can he read? He starts crying like a big baby, and I'm like, I thought you was the bully. So
Mhm.
my thing is, if you are bullying the nerds, why can't I put you with a nerd and he could teach you how to read? And that's why they come to my breakout sessions, because that's what I tell them. I make the bully your friend. So if I know, especially if I got two of them in there at the same time, where one of them was bullying the other one,
Mhm.
then yeah, we make the bully cry in front of everybody because I'll give them a book and say, well, read the book. Since you're so tough, read a little bit of this book out loud. And most people don't want to do that. It's like a phobia to them. They never want to read out loud. Not even me. I don't like reading out loud. I will, but I don't like it. But to a 12-year-old that thinks he's going to play basketball at my camp without reading this book, and in my camp, nobody in the classroom will laugh at him while he's reading the book. So it's all in his head. We're
Mhm.
not going to laugh at him. I don't care if it takes you 20 minutes to read this page. As long as you can comprehend it, that's all I'm looking for. So you're thinking speed and accuracy and all this stuff. I don't care about that. I just, can you read it, and do you know what you read? We could work on speed later. So that's what I do for my community. I yell at their kids, make them
We do a
cry.
lot more than that. So what's the name of the camp?
Well, right now we midnight basketball is where my camp is now, and that happens one time a year in June. And that's in High Point, North Carolina. We just wind up getting with another camp for girls. That's going to be interesting. So yeah, so it's so that's the vibe of it. I kind of go around from situations. I used to have a full-fledged reading boot camp, but due to funding, I guess 2020, people don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and people don't really care about their kids reading, and that's bad. That's unfortunate too. But that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to, hey, you can read, and being a nerd is cool.
When did you figure out that that was what was needed, that a reading camp was what was needed?
When I asked the bully, could he read? I mean, when you're asking these kids like, why are you acting like this? And it's like, well, such and such bullies me in my neighborhood, so I come to school with this pressure. Or my dad is drinking beer and smoking blunts on the porch when I get home from school every day. He wants me to be like him, and I'm telling the kids, you don't have to be like your daddy. You don't have to be that person. And then the daddy comes to me like, why are you going to tell my kid something? And that'd be the worst thing they do to me. They better do it from across the parking lot, because I'm all about that other part. Like, if you're not doing what you got to do for this little boy, he's looking for guidance, and I'm telling him he doesn't have to be a drug dealer, and you got a problem with that, however way you want to handle it, we could do that. That's where the Marine Corps comes in again. I'm trained in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really worry about the hand-to-hand combat. So these boys, they just need somebody to tell them what to do. And I just tell them, don't do drugs. Just say no to drugs. If you get a girl pregnant, stay with her. Just stuff like that.
What's the age group?
Turns out I was wrong in my age group. I thought it was 9th grade and up. But my book that just came out, it got leaked to a elementary school. They wanted to start it in 5th grade. So I'm like,
That sounds
wow.
about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know they was doing things like this all the way down there. And then this brother at this school in High Point, North Carolina, he wants to make the Choices book into an award show that the kids could get a Choices award at the end of the school year. And then I come and present them with a plaque, and we may give them $100 or something and say you made good choices this year. But that's the type of vibe that this thing is starting to pick up.
Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about the different books that you have. What brought that about? Where people can get a hold to the books? Are they coloring books? Like, just give us a little bit about your books.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, the book is called Choices, and I'm trying to get little kids to make better choices before high school, but now it turns out before middle school, just to give them more of a thought process instead of just thinking one way. So, for example, everyone always asks me about money, right? So in the first book, I talk about money and how I did it. I got $500. I went and put it on a secured credit card at the bank. In 6 months, the bank gave me that $500 back and a line of credit on that credit card, which built my credit up. So now I don't have to use my debit card. I use a credit card. At the end of the month, I pay my credit card off. I put all that in one page, and they're like, oh my God, no one ever told us this. And I'm like, right, because the banker had to tell me. And,
Right.
and this is why you don't judge books by their cover, because my banker was the most flamboyant dude. I would never even talk to him in real life. He was flamboyant. His shirt was damn near tied in a knot. And I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to listen to him. And I'm like, all right, bruh, what are you saying? And then he told me what to do. And then when you take his appearance away, he's actually telling me something that changed my life.
Wow.
Yeah, 700 credit score in 9 months, paying that credit card off every month, spending it, paying it, spending it, paying it. Just keep going. And then they increased it. I'm thinking they're going to increase $500 by what? Maybe $1,000. They gave me $2,500. I'm like,
That was
what?
a jump.
Yes, because now they want you to go in debt. See, that's why you have to have discipline, because that's what the dude told me. He was like, yeah, they're going to give you that money because they want you to mess the money up. because now they got you. No more credit, no more money, just debt. You just paying the credit card down, and now you're using your debit card again. So nah. So that's God too. It's a blessing to be able to be connected to God like I am as well.
So if there are educators watching right now
Mhm.
and they wanted to connect with you in order to get that book or
Mhm.
any of the other books that you have, how would they do that?
You could email me, I guess, in the link down below. I don't know. DRL Toons at Gmail is my email. You can email me if you're really interested in getting the books. Right now, the books are free. Oh, I hate to say it, but I wound up getting a sponsor, and the sponsor paid for the first run of the book. So that was the agreement that he wanted. He'll pay for them, but they got to be free. So everything everything that's free, it doesn't mean I didn't get paid. I got paid for my service, but they're free. So I don't get paid like $20 a book or $30 a book because I'm trying to help people. I want everybody to get the books. And the people that are getting suspended, ISS, the ones that are having trouble, those are that's what they're for. So if you know a kid that keeps getting in trouble and he's difficult, that's what my book is for. It's not for the kid that's making A's and B. I mean, he can read it if he wants. He'd probably get a kick out of it, but it's not for him because I wasn't an A student and I was kicked out of graduation and it was terrible and I hated it and rebelled against it, and I still am because I didn't need school. I hate to say that too, but I didn't. But that's the world we live in. I needed a diploma to get to the Marine Corps.
Right.
So
So for the aunties and the uncles as well that are listening, if you have that nephew, that niece, that you feel like is in a rebellious place in their mind, in their behaviors, and you want something that's not, it's not boring. It doesn't look like everything else that they're probably looking at as far as books go, then you definitely need to email Toons, and his email is on the screen as well as in the chat. And
okay, spelled it right.
yes, and
Okay,
email him, and the name of the book is Choices. So
yeah.
you would just ask him to communicate to him about the Choices book that he mentioned in the podcast, and he'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because there's only one. I mean, I'm only.
Oh, there's not like different versions of it. There's only
Well,
one.
well, right now there's only the one that I'm giving away to people. There's different versions of, like, I have volume 4 and we talk about different things, and eventually I'm gonna have food choices. Because food is a big thing about the little kids overeating.
Yes.
So I have to talk to nutritionists about that. But then I'm online. Once they email me, I'll send them where all of my books are. They're on madcloud.com. But I caution you guys, I do comic books and I do what I want. So the children's books are cool, but I also do other thing. Not, I draw pictures of me and my life and how it affects me and how women affect it and how women get on my nerves. And you may see a bikini. And so, I'm very expressive through my art. You'll definitely see boobs. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. But they're labeled. That's the other thing. They're labeled. So if you see the parental on it, don't open it up if your eyes are sensitive. So that's your warning.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
Yeah, because people are so sensitive. Like, I draw porn or something and I don't, but they don't look at the whole body of work. They just see, oh my God, he draws skinny. And that's when I was drawing skinny girls, all the big girls was like, you only draw skinny girls. Now I draw thick girls and they like, oh, they titties too big. And so anyway.
Okay.
So I'm trying to juggle this thing with social media, but I really don't, I really just don't care because nobody talked about the guy in Rome that draws naked guys with their private parts out. Even though they're little, they're still out. So it's a double standard, and I hate that. And I wish that Black people, we would work together a lot more so we could have stuff. Because I think that's the biggest thing about this thing that I'm trying to do. I'm at the level now, there's no Black people doing the thing that I need.
Mm.
There's no Black animation studios. There's no, unless you're Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry is no. We should have more.
Right.
I should definitely be in a situation between you, your husband, me, and a couple other people. We should have a whole thing, but we don't, and it's sad. It's really that I got to go to white people, and I say it. I don't care. I don't care, Mike. I got to go to, I got to go to white people to get things done. And, I'm spending money with them, uplifting their communities. But I'm like, who could do a t-shirt for me? And niggas be like, nah,
You
I
can't
got
say
to
the
charge.
N-word.
Oh, I'm sorry. They be like, nah, I need $25 per shirt, or I need $50 per, white people don't do that. They don't do that. And that's sad. It's our own people saying the N-word on your podcast.
So let me say this, because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, he's being racist. He's not being racist. What he's saying is there are things missing in the community.
Racist.
And
I wish somebody would say I'm racist.
sit back, Toons, sit back.
Okay. I'm calm.
There are things missing in the community that prevent us from doing a lot. And there's nothing wrong with partnering with any other race at all. At all. That is not what he's saying.
Is that what I'm saying?
All.
Oh, whoa.
No, that is not what he's saying.
No, what
he's talking about the gaps that are in the community. Okay, because I know how people hear what they want to hear. So let me go ahead and explain what just took place. Okay.
I guess so.
Don't say I guess so.
I just wish that we had more of a stake in this thing. I mean, working with other races is cool. I get that. We need that, but I wish they would work with us the same way we work with them. So if that's racist or if that sounds bad, but they don't do that. They take the money, but then just like now, I'm paying a guy, but I don't do none of his artwork. Why not? I do artwork for the biggest jazz festival in High Point. It don't get no bigger than that. I can't do a Phantom Reunion shirt for you for $50 as a stream of income for me. Oh no, it never comes back to us. And if there's somebody out there that it does come back to you, please comment and say, yeah, I helped them and it came right back to me. Tell me. Because I've been alive long enough and I've seen it happen to everybody but us.
So then to add to that, for those of you that are listening, you want to make sure that, again, when he was talking about the giving and the taking earlier, that as you are giving, that it's also being reciprocated in some type of way, that you are not being used. And that is, it's common in the creative world. Because I also hear it from my son, who is an artist, that you really have to be careful in that way. And people don't really understand the value of the work because they don't understand how much has gone into you getting to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a gentleman who has a podcast, and he teaches on how to price your product. And he had asked a question. He said, if I do this logo for you and I get this logo done in 20 minutes, and I charge you $750 for this logo, would you think it was overpriced? And everybody in the audience was like, yes, because it only took you 20 minutes. And he was like, so are you paying for my time or are you paying for quality? Because if you're paying for time, then I can charge you, however much, and make sure I take that long to do it, which means it's going to cost you more.
Right. Yeah. That's how they play us.
So
Yeah.
there has to be a reciprocation. There has to be clear boundaries.
Hmm.
You have to know as an artist what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing. And I would say as a business owner, period, what
Yeah.
you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I ask every person on
Oh,
here
okay.
to leave a question for the next guest.
Hmm.
And my previous guests, they were sisters. It was two ladies, so they got to leave two questions for you. Are you
Okay.
ready?
I guess so.
So the first question is, what is your purpose?
What, in life?
Yes.
It's to be a blessing to people.
Okay. In what way?
Um, I have an ability to make people's dreams come true.
That's a strong statement, Toons.
Well, I mean, if I have to start name dropping, I will.
Don't you do it. Don't name drop.
Because I'm telling you, these niggas. I mean, sorry, they living good, but after me, they had jobs before me. Don't get me started.
I don't want to.
Yeah, they had jobs before me. You better believe it. I will do a media kit and it will go straight up the chain.
Straight up. So
Yeah.
you have changed people's lives. You said you've been in business for 20 what years?
Like maybe 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah, since '01. Since like 2000 is when it started. So we're 25 years. This is so I got Fantasia in what, '01 or '03 or '03 or something when she won.
When she won American Idol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Because she's from High Point. So I did all of her stuff and she won. And it got so big that American Idol wanted to stop me from doing it because I was out selling them.
Oh, wow.
That was crazy. I had people because nobody thought she was going to win back then. So I did a deal with the Coliseum that y'all don't have to pay me no money, but I want to be the only t-shirt vendor. And they let me do it. So as she started to progress in the competition, she wound up winning. So that night we was all at the Coliseum. American Idol calls. They're trying to bring their t-shirts in and then no. So they had to call me and I said, I already made my deal with the Coliseum. There was nothing I could do. So it was no American Idol shirts sold that night. All my shirts. And they were hot. I don't care. Because I didn't ask for no money. I don't beg for no money. I knew I was going to make the money if you gave me the opportunity. And she wound up winning. I left with no shirts. None. We sold all the shirts. When they said American Idol, this nigga, and it was like, whoa, her. And then it was like, sold out.
That was serious wisdom on your part to have the Coliseum to not let anybody else but you. Man, you okay.
Yeah, because I had the political power at the time because I had all the people in the city trying to rally around her.
Right.
So I was the one that called it Friends of Fantasia, and then the mayor gets on the TV and says Friends of Fantasia. So I'm naming this thing, and then I wind up getting people, they're political. So I was up front all the time. It was good. I thought life was going to be good. And then she's telling me stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. But soon as that machine starts and you go to puffy parties.
Now see,
then what? It's out now. It's out now. You don't. I've been to mansion parties and these boys be going in the woods.
We're not talking about the parties.
Okay, yeah. I've never went in the woods with nobody.
Okay, good. So now, second question.
Sorry.
What role will you play to leave the world a better place than how you found it? What role will you play in order to make that happen?
You know what? It doesn't. At this point, as you get older, you realize it doesn't even matter. You're going to be forgotten, and it's sad because we only talk about a certain amount of people. We don't add to the list. We're still talking about Martin Luther King. And we talk about the one speech. And we talk about Rosa Parks, the one bus trip. My grandmother tell you stories like Rosa Parks didn't do much. Like, so that's what we will be forgotten because the kids nowadays, they didn't honor, us, me and you, we didn't honor the elders right. Mm-hmm. So the kids after us don't honor them at all. So eventually they're going to be forgotten. Just like now, these little kids don't want to be trash men and Marines and doctors. They want to be influencers.
Right.
The quickest way to the bag is through this phone. And that leaves our trash men. Eventually, we're not going to have trash men. So I'm happy that I'm older now and I'm not going to have to deal with it because I'll be in heaven with my house that was promised to me of gold. And I'll have gold bricks in front and my name will be on the mailbox.
You think your name going to be on the mailbox, Toons?
I'm going to tell you like this. Me and God have a very, very personal relationship because in the Marine Corps is God first, God, country, Corps. So he had me doing things in the Marine Corps that I'm accountable for in this lifetime. So when I'm asking him for one request and put my name on the mailbox.
Let me ask you this.
Amen.
Let me ask you this.
I love Jesus.
I know you do. So you get to leave a question for the next person that's going to be on next week. What is your question?
Who's the next person? Stevie?
I don't get to tell you.
But I know who they are. Probably I can go look it up.
Listen, don't say no. Don't.
Okay. No. My bad. Okay, let me leave this for Stevie.
You get on my nerves.
Not Stevie.
You get on my nerves.
Okay, so a question. If you could be doing anything else, what would you do?
And I'm writing this down so I don't forget. If you could be doing anything else,
what would it be? Because people don't know how to switch gears like that. And it's very important to have a multi-lane highway when you out here doing entrepreneur stuff.
You are very right.
Yeah. So when you ask somebody, what would you do if you couldn't do that no more? Like if I couldn't draw pictures, I would die.
Okay. We're gonna say that's not an option.
No, because
that's not an option.
No, because if you believe in the Bible, God doesn't give you things and take them away. So he wouldn't give me a gift. Am I getting too deep?
Listen, dying ain't an option. So
I would be a stripper. I would be a stripper.
Toons.
I would be a stripper, and my name would be Ike Turner. Sorry. Okay. That's it.
Did you crack a smile? Did you actually laugh?
Now that was funny. Stripper Ike Turner be funny.
Oh my gosh. I think everybody who is listening to the podcast right now, y'all start praying because this dude, we just never know what he's gonna say. But if you wanted to get an example of his work, where if you follow me on any of my social media,
I might have a book. You want me to show it to you?
Oh gosh,
I might have a book right here. I do.
It better not be parental advisory. I'm gonna.
No, it's not. I wouldn't. No, come on. I wouldn't do you like that. Now
you better not.
This is the New Choices book.
Okay.
So like this is me on the back, and I'm overthinking. Get it? I'm overthinking. And that's my brain coming out my head.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see your face at the bottom. Got it.
Yeah, so that's the type of stuff. See, and that's me sitting there. I'm drawing the pictures with my afro. And this is my new book. It's called The Crumb Snatchers. And that's all they do is take their parents' food. So yeah, so it's stuff like that. This is what I do. And the next time we do this, I'll tell you the Boondock story and what they did. But it's just hard out here for a parent.
You want to come back on my podcast, Toons?
I will come back on here and talk to you if you want. Yeah, I mean, next time I'm gonna wear my DRL Toons stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, because I could talk to you deeper. We could go deep because I could tell you what happened.
That could be dangerous water right there going.
It ain't dangerous for me because I'm a shark. So we could we could go crazy in the water if they want to. And the thing with me,
No.
I'm only telling my truth. See, that's the problem with people. They don't people scare people so much they don't even want to tell their own truth. If you did me wrong and I say something about it, the people that did me wrong gonna be real quiet. They're not gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna come on here and be like, Toons lying. No, because when you could have did me right, you should have did me right. But that was 20 years. Well, that was 20 years ago. Now I can say what I want. Fantasia is famous. I can say whatever I want. I might write a book about it.
Oh.
I could.
You could.
I could, because she did me dirty.
We're not gonna talk about that.
No, I'm blessed.
You are.
I'm blessed. I ain't tripping. But people should do people right. That's all I'm saying. I do you right.
You do. I have no qualms, complaints, or quandaries about anything. But what I was gonna say was the flyer, for those of you that are watching on the podcast, the flyer that I have displaying at the very beginning, Toons did that. He does my flyers, and he cranks them out quickly. So if you're looking for somebody that's going to do quality work, and they're not going to take all day, and they're not going to drag their feet, his email address is still on the screen. Reach out to him.
That's right.
And I'm rolling too. I'm rolling too, Wanda. I am rolling because I knew it was gonna be like this.
Hey, Wanda.
Say it again. Say it again.
Hey, Wanda.
Does anyone, before we get ready to close out, I'm checking the comments. Does anyone in the chat? I know y'all are laughing hard at what he's saying and loving the nuggets that he dropped in the beginning. Does anyone have any questions for Toons before we sign off? Wanda said, "Hey, Toons."
Hey, Wanda.
You just had to play with that flashlight.
Ain't nobody asking no question.
No, they're giving comments. They're not asking any questions.
What comments are they saying? Are they throwing rocks at me? Because I'm ready.
Ain't nobody throwing rocks at you, Toons. And we know you're ready.
Okay. Because I can't see no comments.
And all they're doing, they are putting in the quotes that you had said earlier and expressing how hard they are laughing at what you said. That's what's going down.
Oh no. Don't laugh too hard now. Don't. Okay. I'm with it. I'm happy they're amused by my pain.
Oh, whatever. So we do have a question.
Good.
When are you going to do a camp to teach children about money?
Okay. I guess whenever we could combine resources. I'm trying to do something at the Van Dyke, like I told you to do that time, remember? So I'm trying to do something at the Van Dyke where we could mass communicate. And that's a 300 seater. So I would probably bring all the kids at one time and try and break it down to them just in PowerPoints with that big screen behind me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the setup that I want to do, but I'm already talking to them. So it's just getting the date and securing it now, because they've been wanting me to come over there to do like a TED Talk type deal. But what I want to do with this thing, with the money, it would be a vision board drawing experience with me. So you could bring paper and we can all sit around and draw your vision. And where mine would be different is I'm going to make one of your visions what you believe in. So if it's God, we're going to focus on God or whatever it is that you believe in. But we never do that on vision boards. We always say, I want the house, or I want the car, I want the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never focus on God. Like, what do you want God to do for in your life? How do you want God to bless you on half of your vision board? Stop being so selfish, you selfish idiot.
No, they're not selfish idiots.
Yeah, they are, because you got to
No,
give
they're
praise to the.
not.
You have to give praise to God, because
You do.
when you have a devastating loss like I've had to
Mhm.
endure, and my buddies in the Marine Corps have to endure, you have to understand what you're rooted in. And a lot of people don't do that. And I want to bring that back. Like, God needs to be the center before we start. Whatever God you choose, but that's what we're drawing first. Like, what does that look like to you? Are you running through a field of daisies, or are you sitting in the grass confused alone? Because God has the answer.
So the comments are coming in saying that that idea is powerful. So we definitely want to, whenever you decide to do that, make sure you let me know. Um,
Well, you could come if you want. You could be a speaker if you want to.
hey.
Yeah, because I'm open for people to show me their gifts. I don't want to just be up there talking the whole time. But we got to keep it in perspective. We keep getting off track.
Mhm.
The further you get away from God, we lost.
Yeah.
That's why I stand on it. I don't really care what people think about me. And I get people say you shouldn't have that many black people in your book. What? We have all white books, and nobody says nothing.
Mhm.
But no, all my characters are black except 2 white people. So no, I'm not changing it. And if they can't deal with it, I'll be dead and gone. And then they'll find one of these books I showed you, and they'll say, "Oh, this is the way it could have been." It's okay. I'm just frustrated with the world because it's not
Well,
getting better.
I
But I'm
don't think
happy.
you're by yourself with
Yeah,
the
it's crazy.
frustration.
Yeah, it's sad. Sad. It
So,
is. It
so I
is. But
want
I'm
to
happy.
say, huh?
I mean, I'm happy, but it's sad.
Are you happy? Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
did get you. We did get to have on camera
Hmm.
one laughter out of you. So
Yeah,
we do thank you for that, because that doesn't happen very often. You
it
know,
does.
you have your core, your Marine Corps persona.
Yeah.
But I do want to sincerely say thank you for being willing to be on the podcast tonight, to spend this hour. I really do appreciate it. And again, everybody, I've got Toons' email on the screen. So make sure you reach out to him with any questions that you may have about his work, about the camps, and anything that he does in the community. And we are going to call it a night. So thank you so much, Toons. And let's see. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. All right, Toons, you have a fantabulous evening, and I will chat with you later.
All right. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
You too. All
I
right.
I don't know how to get out of this, so you're gonna have to kick me off because
I will.
this is new school.
I will. All right, y'all. You got to experience Mr. DRL Toons, Mr. Jack Frost. And I want to thank you all for joining us, just to get a perspective of that artistic world that is in High Point, North Carolina. And he is reaching all over the country, and I would dare say all over the world. If you have someone in your family, in your life, that is an artist, and all they're hearing is, oh, you want to be one of those starving artists, you've got an example to show them every artist is not starving. Every artist is not starving. You can be successful. So, thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your week. Bye bye.